I think I'm learning things, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. Hey team, happy Thursday and welcome to my second coding vlog. Time has passed. I have conceivably gotten better at a thing. I don't know if that's quite true yet, but I have moved on from HTML and CSS onto JavaScript, so I finally feel like I'm doing coding type things, even though I'm still kind of on the very basics of learning about for loops and variables and all of the syntax stuff that goes into JavaScript. I've only done some very, very basic actual scripting stuff that hasn't really done anything remotely impressive or worth reporting about, but I'm still super excited. So at this point, I'm still working through Colt Steele's Web Developer Bootcamp. We're at the beginning of all of the JavaScript stuff. I'm also reading John Duckett's JavaScript and jQuery book. I'm not sure if I'm going to dig into the jQuery part because I'm getting the impression it's a little outdated, but I love the format of this book. I read the HTML and CSS one earlier and I really enjoyed it. I found it really useful to kind of read these before I go into the video lessons to kind of have a better grip on what's going on. So I may just keep going just to have a basic understanding of jQuery, if that, but it can't really hurt to learn a little more, especially because it is a pretty quick read considering the size. It is just a super visual textbook and I highly recommend it. I also grabbed a second web development Udemy course that is the Complete Web Developer in 2018, Zero to Mastery. I haven't really jumped into it yet, but I figured it couldn't hurt to have someone else go over the same concepts, especially if there's anything I'm struggling with. Just going over it a second time or doing some of the quizzes to see what I've absorbed, if there's anything else I should be going back and doing. I also heard that this course is a little more up to date than the Colt Steele one, but I have no reason not to do both, especially because the Udemy courses are all like $12. So I've got it there as a backup, and I think I'm going to do all of those exercises as well, just to kind of stretch my coding muscles in a few different directions as I'm learning new things, but we'll see how that actually plays out. I think around the last time I filmed one of these vlogs, I was really itching to get into one of the back-end languages, either Python or C#, because I wanted to kind of build things rather than just deal with web stuff, but I do think I'm going to give myself a little bit more time to really get a grasp on the fundamentals of JavaScript before I try anything else. I know this is the smarter way to go, so I'm trying to just hold fast and get this done, get through maybe one of these courses, especially because these courses are going to dig into things other than JavaScript, teaching some back-end stuff that is specific to web development, so I might as well be patient. I just want to learn all of the things, and you guys know me at this point. I still keep getting ideas for all of these apps and websites and tools I want to build, even though I don't remotely have the skill set to do any of it. I just really want to dig in there and make things from code and feel like I am turning what I'm learning into something people can see and use and all of that. But I'm still months away from that. So at this point, I'm just trying to write things down and stay inspired and excited about all of this because the time will come eventually. I'm just not quite there yet. I've also joined a bunch of Discord communities for programmers that I just kind of poked around on Reddit and the internet and found. I'm just kind of listening at this point because I don't even know enough to join in on conversations, even in the beginner channels. So I'm kind of seeing where seems like a good fit for me to jump in, maybe make some programming friends and learn from more experienced people. That is the hope. I do want to make some more connections in the programming world. I just haven't really had the confidence yet to throw myself in there and make a fool of myself, because I'm sure that's going to happen, but the time will come. Hopefully by the next time I do one of these vlogs, I will have something to share on that front in terms of networking and just making friends on the internet who are trying to learn the same things I am. I was also really excited to see that Twitch has a huge programming community. When I was on there earlier this afternoon, there were 11,000 people watching people program. So I'll probably check that out a little bit later when I find people who are writing the same languages that I'm learning, just to kind of see it in action and see them go through debugging and just talk about the world of JavaScript or whatever it is they're happen to be doing. I think it would be an interesting way just to kind of get a different, more experienced perspective that's a little more interactive and hopefully kind of interesting. Twitch is something I want to get more involved in because I just really enjoy the community of it. I'm hoping it would get me playing a little bit more video games in my spare time, but that is beside the point. It is something I'll be doing for programming a little bit later, but I'm excited about it. I'm hoping by the next time I check in on all things coding, I'll actually have built something more advanced than a problem set or a sample where I basically have all of the code pre-explained to me, just something where I get to stretch my imagination a little bit and actually build something, but they may still be a little too ambitious. I'm trying not to push myself too hard. I want to make sure I'm actually taking in all of the concepts rather than just flying through them and not really absorbing anything. So that's where I am now. Hopefully this was somewhat interesting to you. Coding has been a really fun experience so far. I'm still super psyched about it. I cannot wait to learn more, so I will check in with you guys in a few weeks and of course have videos between now and then. So have a great week and I will see you all next time.